Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It is the Dev Gabe here, and it has been a very long time since my last upload. I think my last upload was about like 2 months ago, but today is a very special video. I will be giving away a free script that's pretty much advanced AIs. Okay, these AIs are very unique, and they will pretty much go to any waypoint that you set around the map, and they will try to get to them as best as they can. If they don't get to them, they will then go to the next point. So let's see, this guy right here, he wants to go to, I think, this point, and okay, there you go, he got to it, and he's just gonna jump back and go to the next one. Okay, he's gonna go up there. Oh, and he fell. I think he's gonna go to that one next. So yeah, these guys are gonna go to those blue points because those are the waypoints that they will get to. These red points right here are the spawn points. So let's say if one of these robots die, if we go into info robots and then all robots, that's where they're gonna be placed. We could choose a random one and set their health to 0. We could see that this one dies, and it's a ragdoll, so they fall on the floor and it makes it look really cool. And they are going to respawn at one of the spawn points. Alright, we missed it. Let's kill this guy. Bam, this guy just got bammed. He was just walking and he just gets killed. It's kind of sad. Alright, and they're gonna spawn at one of the, yeah, there you go. They spawn randomly, and then they're gonna walk to the waypoint. And these guys are gonna get the farthest waypoint on the map. So if this is the waypoint, they're gonna look at one of the farthest waypoints so they can travel the most, instead of choosing the same waypoint twice. That's just what I did. I made it so they choose one of the farthest waypoints on the map. And you could definitely customize this in the script to see how that would work. Okay, but you know, what about shooting? The video is called Shooting AIs. Okay, so let me show you what I mean by that. So here I have Mr. Dev Gabe the wizard. Okay, and he's gonna walk into their range. Okay, all they are doing is just walking around the map. But as soon as some foreigner goes into their territory, they are going to pull out their M16 and follow you. Okay, if you get too close, they're gonna start shooting. Okay, and these guys are gonna follow you pretty good. They start updating the password constantly when they get closer to you. Okay, so yeah, they're gonna try their best to chase after you. You know, they're pretty difficult to outrun, is what I'm trying to say. Right, these are pretty big thugs right here. And you can't customize the robots. They don't have to be, you know, robots. You can make them into humans. All you have to do is replace the model. And I will show you how to do that. Alright, so say if you want to change your models, instead of the robots, you know, the robots are over here. Instead of these guys, you want, you know, these guests, or you want thugs per se. You know, these are the thugs. This person's the thug, and you know, you could just delete these robots, get your new characters, and just make sure that there's no hidden scripts within them. Right? If you get this in the toolbox, check to make sure that there is no scripts inside of this, right? Because anything from the toolbox could have hidden scripts within each of the joints or something, right? So once you check for viruses, and it's all safe, the next thing you have to check for is make sure that you have 2 sounds within the head, right? Also, the joints, they should be 15 joints connecting to the body, right? So make sure it's R15. It will work with R6, but the R6 will not work with these animations, right? These are for only R15 characters, the attack animation and the idle animation. So if you have R6 characters, the gun holding animation will not work. But if there are 15, then the gun animation will work. You can definitely add your own animation by just changing these IPs right here, right? But yeah, these are our 15 characters. And the next thing you need to add is the happy and the hurt sound. This is pretty much going to play when they get to 100 HP, and this is going to play whenever they're hurt, right? I already have a sound here. I have the Steve sound, so whenever they get hurt, the Steve sound will play. Whenever they get to 100 HP, you know, this girl's gonna cheer, right? Let me make it louder. And there you go. She's gonna cheer every time they get to 100 HP. Because they're happy they got to 100 HP. Woo! Alright, and you know, the names. What about the name tags? I don't want the names to display. And there's a few options for this, right? Let's say I want no name, but I want the health bar to display. You know, the health bar that's under the robots that we saw. So I want the health bar to display, but not the names. Pretty much you have to change the display name distance. Name display distance changes to 0, right? And change it for each of the humanoids. Change it to this one, and change it to this one. Change it to the last one as well. But yeah, that's if you want the health to display and not the names. Now if you want the name tags and the health to disappear, right, both of them, you don't want both of them, you want it to look as realistic as possible, just make this to none, okay? And that pretty much will hide all of the name tags and the health bar from these guys. And yeah, we can now run the game. Oh, actually, we have to put these in the models folder. There's one more step. So put these in the models folder, and there you go. Everything should be set. It's in the models folder, and now we can run the game. Alright, we're gonna spawn in, and ready up. And they're gonna pull out a gun and start shooting me. Pop, pop, pop. Just like that. And yeah, they should work perfectly. The Steves are working. Whenever they get hurt, the Steve sound will play. And there you go, guys. That's pretty much it. They will respawn at the dots, and they will keep shooting you. Just like that. And yeah, I only have 5 robots. But let's open up the script. Say if you wanna change up the settings a bit, and I want like maybe 10 robots. How do I make it so I can spawn in 10? Okay, so we're gonna go into the control robot script. This is basically the script that runs all of the functionalities of the robots. Okay, the other script is located in replicated storage, and this script is called mechanics. There's also a module, and that just makes it so they can ragdoll. That's just the ragdolling module, and it also has something called maids. I definitely recommend you guys try out maids as well. I made a tutorial on that. And yeah, the mechanics right here. This is the mechanics script. This is like the second script. This is basically just for the health and then the animations and the Roblox sounds. All it is just to make the robot look realistic. If we never had the mechanics script, they would just walk in a T-pose and have no footsteps and all that. So yeah, that's just to make them look realistic. But this is the script that's actually controlling them. This is the script that detects if we're in range, and so they're gonna pull out a gun and start shooting at us. Okay, and this script is a pretty big script. It's about 470 lines long. That's a long script. But over here, this is the gun that I added. That you could add more, like a sniper. You know, add its own damage. You know, 50, and then the fire rate. You know, local sniper fire rate. You know, it could be a long one, maybe 3 seconds, and then the range. You know, you could switch all that, and you also have to check you have to give its position in the replicated storage. So in the weapons folder, you can add a new weapon. You just have to follow this this setup. You have to have the same sounds, in here. The gun flash, you have to have a gun flash, or else the script would error. As long as you follow this model and you make it the same, you just change the overall look of this block right here, because this is what makes the M16 look like it does. Then you know, nothing will go wrong in the script. You know, as long as it has everything inside. you could just make a sniper, change the model, and it will work the exact same. Okay, over here is the robot settings. Okay, and this is where you can change up, you know, the speed of the robots. So when they get aggroed, right here it says aggro speed. This is basically the speed boost increase when they are, you know, attacking. You know, that's why they started getting very fast when I got in range, because of this aggro speed boost. So this is basically the speed boost that they get. And half gap, that's pretty much that basically means that they're gonna move more precisely when you get closer. Okay, because usually when you're far away, you wouldn't want to force them to walk like a very dead end path, like, if that makes sense. So pretty much they're walking a path right now to these waypoints, and you don't want to constantly update these paths, because it's going to make them stutter step, and it's just going to be a lot of performance on the CPU. So I made it so when the player gets really close to them, it's going to update their path more constantly, so it's more accurate in following them. If that wasn't the case, then they will follow like diagonal from them, and they will be walking like way too far away from them. So this is just basically saying, when I'm within 40 studs, walk more precisely to the target. Okay, when I'm within 25 studs closer to the enemy, walk very fast and closer to the enemy. Well, not very fast, just walk very precisely to the enemy. So update the path right away. Okay, and so yeah, that's what half gap and closing gap is. Aggro distance, that's basically the detection radius. It's a pretty big radius, 100 studs. So when I walk 100 studs, they will detect me and start following me and killing me, you know. Okay, oh, that's 100 studs right there. They're gonna start chasing after me and shooting me. Okay, and you know, the damage is low, because right over here I only did 1 damage, just to show you guys, you know, what they would do. They would chase after me and start shooting at me. Alright, other stuff in here, the processor speed, that's just how reliable they will be, how fast they will react to stuff. I think this stuff should be kept the same. It shouldn't be too low. Like, if you want to make this really performant, oh, I want to make it really performant, I'll do like that. But I don't know. Yeah, you could pretty much read what I did in this script. Corpse time, that's just the respawn time. You know, 10 seconds. So they're gonna be 10 seconds on the floor. Their dead corpse is gonna be on the floor for 10 seconds. And you know, other stuff. Fading in time, how long it takes to fade in their body, fade out their body. You know, other stuff in here too. Near waypoint, accept the waypoint in studs. So when they're within five studs within the waypoint, it will just automatically accept it. So, you know, yeah, that's some other stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the settings. You could definitely explore like the script and see how I made this possible. I'm pretty sure everything else is self-explanatory. These are just functions that hold, you know, things, information. Functions are just to hold information, and you could call these functions, like right over here. I call the, oh, I just messed that up. I call the get distance function into this get the closest player. Okay, so yeah, all these functions, they just make it possible for the NPC to work. There's a get unstuck function. This pretty much means that if the NPC gets stuck in a hole or something, it's gonna jump out and leap forward. So that's a very cool detail there. This is on death. You could see everything. Utilize, that's the utilize module, as you can see in the replicated storage utilize module. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. If you want to add the sniper, it has to be right here. Change this to number 2, so it randomizes to the sniper as well. Change the position on the hand, and you know, connect it to, you know, the range, the damage, the fire rate, and all that. It's pretty much, you know, the same as the M16. You just have different, you know, ranges and damage and all that. The while loop, there's only one while loop. It connects to all of them, so that's pretty performance, you know. It's not a bunch of while loops. It's one singular while loop. This is the other while loop to shoot at the player, and then you have the main while loop at the bottom of the script right here. And this is just to update all of the robots' statuses. Okay, and yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Yeah, you could definitely explore the script out. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.